Generational trauma is like a wound that is passed down through generations. Imagine a family with a history of war. The parents experience terrible things. They carry fear, sadness, and anger inside them. Even if they don't talk about it, their children can feel it. The children learn to cope with these difficult emotions. They might become anxious or withdrawn. They might have trouble trusting others. This is how trauma is passed down, even if it's not talked about. Trauma changes how people think, feel, and act. It can change their biology too. When people experience trauma, their bodies release stress hormones. These hormones can stay in the body for a long time. This can lead to health problems later in life. Trauma can also change how genes are expressed. This means that the effects of trauma can be passed down to future generations. Generational trauma is not a life sentence. People can heal from trauma. It takes time, support, and courage. By understanding generational trauma, we can break the cycle of pain and create a better future for ourselves and our children. We must remember mental illness can cast a long shadow, affecting not just the individual, but also their loved ones, especially children. When a parent struggles with mental health challenges, it can create an unpredictable and often frightening environment for a child. Children are incredibly perceptive. They pick up on subtle shifts in mood, behavior, and energy. A parent experiencing depression might be withdrawn and emotionally unavailable. This can leave a child feeling rejected and insecure. Similarly, a parent with anxiety may inadvertently model anxious behaviors to their children, teaching them to fear the world around them. It's crucial to remember that children often blame themselves for their parents' struggles. They might think they've done something wrong or that they're not good enough. Open and honest communication is vital. While explaining mental illness to a child in an age-appropriate way, emphasizing that it's not their fault and that their parent loves them unconditionally is important. Few experiences are as wounding as abandonment, especially for a child. Whether it's physical abandonment, like a parent leaving the home, or emotional abandonment, where a parent is physically present but emotionally unavailable, the impact can be profound and long-lasting. Children thrive on love, attention, and validation from their caregivers. When these basic needs are not met, children develop a sense of unworthiness. They internalize the belief that they are not good enough to be loved and cared for. This can lead to a range of challenges later in life, including difficulty forming secure attachments, low self-esteem, and a constant need for external validation. It can also manifest as a fear of intimacy, as the child grows into an adult who avoids closeness to protect themselves from potential pain. Healing from abandonment requires acknowledging the wound, allowing oneself to grieve the loss, and learning to challenge the negative beliefs that have taken root. It's about recognizing that one's worthiness of love and belonging is not contingent upon the actions or inactions of others. Substance abuse casts a destructive shadow over families, often trapping them in a cycle of pain and dysfunction that can span generations. When a parent struggles with addiction, their priorities become distorted, and their ability to provide a stable and nurturing environment for their children is severely compromised. Children growing up with a parent who abuses substances are often exposed to chaos, unpredictability, and a lack of basic needs being met. They might witness their parent in altered states, experience neglect or abuse, and carry the heavy burden of secrecy and shame. The emotional toll on these children is immeasurable. They often develop anxiety, depression, and difficulty regulating their emotions. They may engage in risky behaviors themselves as a way to cope with the pain and instability in their lives. Breaking free from this cycle requires professional intervention, support for both the individual struggling with addiction and their family, and a commitment to rebuilding trust and healthy relationships. Section 5, Behind Closed Doors, Family Dynamics and Their Influence on Children. Family dynamics, the intricate dance of relationships and interactions within a family unit, play a pivotal role in shaping a child's development. These dynamics encompass communication patterns, power structures, emotional expression, and the overall emotional climate of the home. Healthy family dynamics provide a secure base from which children can explore the world, develop their sense of self, and learn essential life skills. They foster open communication, mutual respect, empathy, and a sense of belonging. However, dysfunctional family dynamics can create an environment of stress, conflict, and emotional turmoil that can have lasting impacts on a child's well-being. This can include rigid roles, enmeshment, triangulation, and a lack of healthy boundaries. For example, in families where communication is shut down or where emotions are dismissed, children may learn to suppress their feelings, leading to emotional dysregulation and difficulty forming healthy relationships later in life. Understanding and addressing unhealthy family dynamics is crucial for breaking negative cycles and creating a more nurturing and supportive environment for children to thrive. Section 6. The Power of Connection, Bonding as a Healing Balm. In a world often marked by isolation and disconnection, the power of human connection, particularly within the context of family, emerges as a potent force for healing and growth. Bonding, the creation of secure and loving attachments between individuals, serves as a cornerstone of emotional well-being, especially for children who are still developing their sense of self and their place in the world. Secure attachments, characterized by trust, emotional responsiveness, and a sense of safety, provide children with a solid foundation from which to explore their world, knowing that they have a safe haven to return to when they feel overwhelmed or scared. These early bonding experiences shape the brain's architecture, influencing a child's emotional regulation, social skills, and ability to form healthy relationships throughout their lives. Creating strong bonds within families involves consistent love and affection, attentive listening, and the creation of a space where children feel safe to express their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment. It's about prioritizing quality time together, engaging in shared activities, and fostering a sense of belonging and unconditional acceptance. Section 7. Breaking free from the past, fostering love and support within families. Breaking free from the shackles of generational trauma requires a conscious and compassionate effort to cultivate love, support, and understanding within families. It's about recognizing that the wounds of the past, while painful, do not have to define the present or the future. Creating a more positive and nurturing family dynamic involves several key steps. First, acknowledging and validating. It's crucial to acknowledge the presence of generational trauma and its impact on family members. This requires open and honest conversations where individuals feel safe to share their experiences and feelings without fear of judgment. Second, seeking professional help. Therapists and counselors can play a vital role in helping families understand and heal from trauma. They provide a safe space for individuals to process their experiences, develop coping mechanisms, and break free from unhealthy patterns. Third, building healthy communication. Fostering open and honest communication is paramount. This involves active listening, empathy, and learning to express oneself in a healthy and assertive manner. Finally, setting boundaries. Establishing healthy boundaries is essential for protecting one's emotional well-being. This includes learning to say no, setting limits on unhealthy behaviors, and prioritizing self-care. Section 8, seeking support and guidance. Resources for healing and growth. Navigating the complexities of generational trauma can feel overwhelming, but it's important to remember that families don't have to go through this journey alone. A wealth of resources and support systems are available to guide individuals and families towards healing and growth. Therapy and counseling. Mental health professionals specializing in trauma-informed care can provide invaluable support. They offer a safe and confidential space to process experiences, develop coping mechanisms, and work towards healing. Support groups. Connecting with others who have experienced similar challenges can be incredibly validating and empowering. Support groups provide a sense of community, shared understanding, and a platform to exchange coping strategies. Community resources. Many communities offer programs and services tailored to support families impacted by trauma. These may include parenting classes, support groups for children and teens, and educational workshops. Books and online resources. A wealth of information on generational trauma, its impact, and healing strategies is available in books, articles, and online platforms. Remember that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It reflects a commitment to breaking free from the cycle of pain and creating a brighter future for oneself and one's family. Section 9. A brighter future, nurturing hope and resilience in our children. While the legacy of generational trauma can cast a long shadow, it's essential to remember that our children are not destined to repeat the mistakes of the past. By fostering hope, resilience, and a belief in their own inherent worth, we can empower them to break free from the cycle of pain and create a more fulfilling and joyful future. Nurturing hope begins with creating a safe, stable, and loving environment where children feel seen, heard, and valued for who they are. It involves providing them with the tools and resources they need to process their emotions, develop healthy coping mechanisms, and build strong and supportive relationships. Resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity, is not an innate trait, but rather a skill that can be cultivated through supportive relationships, positive experiences, and a belief in one's own strength. By teaching children problem-solving skills, fostering a growth mindset, and encouraging them to embrace challenges, we equip them with the tools they need to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs.